friends, I'm Walker and welcome back to All About Nails, where we talk about vegan and cruelty-free nail polish. Today I have the polishes that I wore in March. I just recently posted what I wore in February because it took me a little while to get that video up, but hopefully this one's going to go up a little bit closer to the beginning of the month. I wore a lot of polishes in March. A lot. I think maybe I just had a lot to swatch, and so I was changing my polish pretty frequently, but I'm very excited to show you what I wore. So earlier this spring, I swatched the Orly spring collection. I get it in my color pass, and this is Can You Dig It from that collection. I really enjoyed this collection. I thought it was so fun. I love the color story, and I wanted to try and wear as many of them from this collection as I could this spring because I know they're not colors that I usually think of for spring colors, and so I was excited to try to, I don't know, kind of break out of my box a little bit. I know you all know that I am a very seasonal wearer, and so I just thought it would be fun to try to break out of my box a little bit. So Can You Dig It is really, really nice. This one feels almost like a neutral on me, and so I really enjoyed wearing this. It's kind of this like terracotta-y color. I have this one in my swatch and review if you want to see more about it. I'll link that up here in the cards. Okay, and then early in March it was release week for Flora 2021, which is the spring collection from my brand All About Polish. And so I wore a little bit of a nail art look. I'm not a huge nail art person. You all probably know that. I am a solid color polish person, but I did wear a little bit of a nail art look with Rhododendron and Cactus flower. So I'll put that picture in here. Cactus flower is a new one. Rhododendron is from last year. Probably don't need to talk much more about those polishes. You know them. And then I'm going to go through these kind of quickly because I did just wear some of the other polishes from Flora 2021. So first up, I wore Lilac. This is, I think, my favorite. It's the best seller from the 2021 collection. I really love this one. And then in quick succession, I wore the other two creams. So I wore Zinnia, which is the green. This one is, in my mind, just like the perfect spring green. And I already did my comparisons for this, so I feel like this one is super unique in my collection. It's like the spring green that I have been wanting, so very excited to have it now. And then I wore Peony, which is the other cream in the collection from 2021. So this is the pink. Okay, for the rest of the month, I wore polishes from other brands, and I had several that I had pulled out that I just was so excited to wear this spring, and I feel like I still have so many behind me, so I'm trying to wear them as much as I can. The next one that I wore was Tiana from Zoya. I love this one. I pulled this one out to do my comparisons for Flora 2021, and I just remembered how beautiful it is. It's so bright and lovely. This one has a lot of yellow in it, I think, which just makes it like a really inviting green. It feels really bright and fresh, and I just love this one so much. Okay, and then this one was one of my favorites from this collection. This is Emerson. This one was released, I think, last year. I'm pretty sure last year in the spring. And this one I think was one of my favorite ones from that collection. I love this blue so much. It has just like the tiniest drop of purple in it, but it is a very, very white-based color. So the color in here, the blue in here is very subtle. There's a lot of white and then just like one tiny, tiny dash of purple, and I adore this color. I love wearing it. I love it. I will say the formula on this one it's just like a little bit chalky. So if you haven't worn Emerson, it's not that kind of like creamy flowing formula. It's got a little bit of chalkiness. I think a lot of these super white-based colors from Zoya do have that kind of a formula. I don't find it super hard to work with, but it's not like the easiest polish in the world. Okay, and then I was trying to wear those Orly polishes. The next one that I pulled out was Happy Camper. This one is a really pretty kind of like teal, almost like a Tiffany blue, but it's a very, very bright Tiffany blue. It's not neon, but it is very, very bright. And so I really enjoyed this one. I think in my spring favorites, I shared that I'm just really drawn to these kind of like bright greeny blues this spring, and this one is no exception. I really enjoyed wearing it. It made me feel like a happy camper. It was perfect. Okay, the next three are also from that same spring faves video. I just was, I pulled out the polishes that I was feeling drawn to, and then I wanted to wear them. So the next one I wore was Colleen, and this one's also from Zoya. This one is a very light pink, but it's very, very neutral. So there's not a lot of red in here. It's not peachy. It's just like a neutral, almost kind of in that like tan to brown nude spectrum. It's very, very neutral, and I really enjoy this one. It felt very crisp and clean. I like wearing polishes with a lot of white in them, especially in the springtime. They just feel crisp and clean, and Colleen is no exception. Okay, this next polish, when I first pulled it for my spring faves video, I was like, I don't even know if this one is a spring polish. I feel like it's a summer polish, but it just like fit in the color family that I was drawn to. And so this one is kind of the very much deeper side of this like blue-green family from Happy Camper. So these are related, but Happy Camper is much brighter, much greener, and Rocky from Zoya is much more on the deeper blue side. It's just much richer, and it has a little bit of green, like just like the tiniest bit. And wearing this one was just so, I don't know, it was just so delightful. It just felt really crisp. I do feel like this one had a worse formula than I remembered. I think it's an older Zoya. I've had this bottle for a while, so it could just be that it's been around for a little while, but my first coat was very, very streaky. I probably haven't actually worn this polish in like 2 years, and so it could be that I just forgot. It could be that it's gotten, you know, worse over time, but yeah, the formula was not fabulous. But when I got it into 2 coats, I think I actually had to do 3 on a couple nails, but the color was fabulous. And so, you know, then the 3 coats was over and I was able to just wear it and enjoy it. So no complaints really from me, but that was Zoya's Rocky. Okay, and then the last polish that I wore took me right into the beginning of April. I wore Laverne from Cirque Colors. This is one of their speckled polishes, and it has the like kind of muted mustard base. I love this polish so much. Again, this one feels neutral. It feels very like it just kind of melts into my skin. I mean, obviously my skin is not this color, but it just feels like it's very delicate. It's not an in-your-face color, and I really enjoyed wearing it. It just felt so nice. I wore this one, I think maybe for like 4 days. So I wore it at the end of March and then into the first couple days of April. And it lasted so long for me. I wore it with really the only base and top coat that I use now are the ones from All Polish, and it just felt like this color lasted on me. Like when I took it off, it was still perfect. So way to go, Cirque Colors. I have not worn a Cirque Colors polish, I think, in all of 2021 so far. It's been a while, but I just really enjoyed this one. I love their speckled finish. I have a bunch of speckles, and I just think I've only worn a couple of them. Like I've worn this one, I've worn Acid Wash, I've worn Stoneware, which is like the white one. But yeah, I just have not worn as many of them as I own. And so I'm interested to try to get some more on my nails this year because I just really enjoy this finish. I think it's really, really beautiful. So if you have a favorite speckled polish from Cirque Colors that you think I should wear or make sure is in my collection, then let me know down below because I'm open to suggestions. Really enjoy this finish. Okay, awesome. That's what I wore in March. I don't really think I had any complaints. I think I enjoyed all these polishes. Emerson and Rocky, you know, had formulas that are not like the most easy to work with, but you know, we all survive, right? We can get over it. I wore 2 of the 6, so I have 4 more from the Orly collection that I really want to wear. I don't know that I'm gonna get them all in all this spring, but I do really want to keep working towards that. So I'm gonna wear some of those more in April. And then in April, I just think I'm really feeling the same colors. Like I just am wanting to kind of wear more of these colors that I'm enjoying. I like rotating them, going from green to blue to pink to yellow, because then by the time I get back to the beginning, I'm excited to wear another pink. So in April, you're gonna probably see very similar color categories, but let me know down below if we had any crossover. I always love when we wear the same thing in a month. I think that's really fun. So as always, thank you so much for joining, and I can't wait to see you in next week's video. Bye.